This video is brought to you by my wonderful Patreon supporters, the folklore enthusiasts. Thank you as always. Now let's get into this video. Okay. Hello, lore explorers, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to dive into the delicious part of designing theme parks. This video is basically going to be a way for me to bring to life some food ideas that would be in my dream theme park. Well, maybe not to life on paper, but you get that. So I want to cover 3 different legends and highlight a main dish or drink or snack that would basically be the signature item on the menu if you went to that restaurant or food stand. And with that all being said, let's get right into it. So for our first menu item of choice, I wanted to do a drink of some kind. I am doing this based off of the Mermaids of Cape Hatteras in North Carolina. I wanted to do a cocktail at first, but I figured just a regular drink would actually be better off. So we're going to call this drink the Last Shanty. It is basically pretty much close to a mocktail that you would probably see. So it is a blend of pineapple, coconut, and citrus with a blue-green hue. I wanted this to be like a refreshing drink, and I wanted to shimmer with some edible glitter. I also wanted the garnish to be maraschino cherries and a lime, again bringing in that green, but those maraschino cherries I really wanted to be a pop of red, and the maraschino cherries would be on a Triton just to bring it back that this is a aquatic type urban legend or creature, and again it's just kind of like a fun thing that people can keep when they buy a drink, especially if the drink itself or the cup itself is not a souvenir thing, but rather the thing that's holding it or comes with it will be. Okay, so let's get into this legend. And the Mermaids of Cape Hatteras are said to inhabit the waters off the coast of the Outer Banks, particularly around the dangerous waters known as the Graveyard of the Atlantic, where numerous shipwrecks have occurred over the centuries. According to local lore, these mermaids are a blend of beauty and danger, with shimmering tails and long flowing hair. They were often described as appearing on foggy nights, luring sailors to their doom with their enchanting songs. The mermaids were thought to be protectors of the ocean and its treasures, using their songs to either guide lost sailors to safety or cause them to stray off course, leading them into the perilous waters where they would meet their end. The next legend is the ghost of the frozen pioneer, a chilling Montana legend about a pioneer who, while traveling through the harsh frozen wilderness, became lost in a snowstorm. Unable to find shelter, the pioneer perished, and his ghost now roams the snowy mountains, forever searching for warmth and safety. Some claim to hear his mournful cries echoing through the wind, and his spirit is said to haunt remote cabins, warning others of the dangers of the unforgiving winter wilderness. The menu item I wanted to imagine for this legend are snowy bonnet sticks. These are light, crispy, yet soft fried dough sticks inspired by bonnet, a simple bread that pioneers often made on the trail. So we have 3 separate versions. I wanted to do a classic snowy sugar, so it is basically just dusted with powdered sugar and a touch of cinnamon for a simple, soft sweetness mimicking freshly fallen snow. Then we have frostbitten maple glaze, which is drizzled with cold maple icing to reflect Montana's rustic flavors, giving it a slightly icy, glossy appearance. And then finally we have huckleberry frost, which is a purple tinted dough with huckleberries, also a dusting of powdered sugar like the classic version. These would all be served in a wax paper sleeve that kind of looks like an old Pioneer ration bag. I'll be putting finishing touches later in the video, so stay tuned for that. And for our final menu item, I'm going to do Skin and Bones snack mix. This is inspired by the legend of the Boo Hag, and this snack mix is a crunchy blend of crispy pork rinds tossed in brown sugar, cayenne, smoked paprika, and a touch of vinegar powder. Then we also have candied pecans or pecans coated in a smoky cinnamon chili glaze, giving them a deep roasted crunch. And dried sweet plantain chips that have a slight caramelized sweetness that can fit into the southern theme. This all would be a nod to the hag's ability of stealing skin. This mix would be served in a small burlap or wax paper pouch. And so for this legend, the Boo Hag is a ghostly creature in Gala folklore, believed to be an evil spirit or witch that preys on people while they sleep. The Boo Hag is said to have the ability to remove its skin, and then it would sit on the chest of its victims at night, stealing their breath and life energy. Victims would often wake up feeling drained with a sense of suffocation or sleep paralysis. The Boo Hag is said to be able to assume a human form during the day, appearing as a regular person, but once the sun sets, it becomes a sinister figure that lurks in the dark. Some versions of the legend say that the Boo Hag needs to wear someone else's skin to maintain its disguise. As such, it's believed that it may strip the skin off of its victims or other people and then wear it to disguise itself. In some stories, there's a bit of an ironic twist. If you manage to trick the Boo Hag and capture its skin, it becomes powerless, unable to transform, and the victim can escape its grasp. Okay, final thoughts. I loved this project. I'm kind of a foodie, so this was a really fun exercise because I really like watching videos where they go to theme parks and they try all the new food, and it's supposed to be something where when you go, it's like you have to get that item when you go. For this project specifically, I really just like the idea of taking a legend and also using history and also the culture of that area and try to mix them all into making something that is more of a signature dish that stands out and will make a connection to the place that we're trying to recreate. This was daunting for me because um, I was using different mediums, a different style, and also just different techniques in order to try to do this. But I'm really glad that it kind of paid off of trying something new. So I usually use watercolors or just like ink or even pencil. And now I decided to use alcohol markers and colored pencil. I've used colored pencil before, but I never really tried alcohol markers. My plan was to get the felt tip brush markers, but did not do that. I ended up getting the chisel and the sharp tipped ones. So it a little backfired in my face because I'm not used to how rigid it actually is, but I tried to make it work and I still think it came out really good. I also think that I really enjoy just the control of markers and colored pencil and building up color rather than trying to control watercolor when it can be such a freeing medium. I think I would do this again. Maybe I won't film it, but it really was a lot of fun just trying to put together something um, just different. I'm so used to kind of seeing themed cookbooks where it's kind of like a generic dish and then they just change the name to make it seem themed, like a burger or like a cupcake. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something that would actually connect to the legend. I think the most generic was probably the mermaid cocktail or the mermaid drink. Um, but I still think it was fun to have the garnish and have like that kind of pop of color when I knew that the other two were coming off very like beige. So I love it. I do it again. And this was a really, really fun. And maybe if you guys are interested in me doing it again, maybe you can put some suggestions in the comments for me to either do a legend or what type of food you think would be part of that legend or theme to that legend. And with that, today's journey comes to an end. Thank you for coming along with me while I drew up some delicious dishes. Which dish was your favorite? But before you go, I just want to remind you, if you guys are interested in any of the music that is in my videos, please go see some of the work from the Absinthetic Orchestra. They actually have a full album of last year's songs that they gave me, so you guys can go check that out on their SoundCloud. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Do all that jazz. And you can click the bell icon so that you'll get notified every time I post. And as always, keep exploring.